All our dreams can come true if we have the courage to pursue them, said by Walt Disney. In my research of Walt Disney, I learned about the creation of his theme parks, his impact on the movie industry, and his cultural significance that we see today. If you follow your dreams, you can also do incredible things. You just have to stay determined and don't let anyone bring you down. Walt Disney had to go to school to get where he ended up. He also had a brother who helped him through it. Walt never gave up, and that is why he ended up with a very successful life. As said in Walt Disney's biography, he was born on December 5th, 1901, in Hermosa, Illinois. His full name is Walter Elias Disney. In Walt's early years, he went to art school and then got a job, with help from his brother, at Pressman Rubin Art Studio. And from there, Walt started working at the Kansas City Film Ad Company, where he made commercials about a cutout animation. He eventually opened up his own business called Laugh-O-Grams. That went in debt, and Walt was forced to declare bankruptcy. Walt and his brother Roy soon saved enough money and moved to Hollywood and began the Disney Brothers Studio. He hired people he used to work with for him, and for his first deal was with Margaret Winkler to distribute their Alice cartoons. They also invented a character called Oswald the Lucky Rabbit. A few years later, Walt found out that Margaret Winkler and her husband, Charles Mintz, had stolen the rights to Oswald. As soon as they found out, Walt, Roy, and iWorks Production produced 3 new cartoons starring a new character Walt had been creating called Mickey Mouse. The first cartoon shorts with Mickey Mouse were Plain Crazy and The Galopin' Gaucho, both silent films. The silent film failed to find distribution. When sound finally made it into films, Walt created a third sound and music film short called Steamboat Willie. Walt was the voice of Mickey, and the cartoon became an instant sensation. In 1929, Walt created Silly Symphonies, which featured Mickey's new friends, including Minnie Mouse, Donald Duck, Goofy, and Pluto, one of the most popular cartoons. And one of his cartoons, called Flowers and Trees, was the first to be produced in color to win an Oscar. On December 21, 1937, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs was the first full-length animated film, and it premiered in Los Angeles. It produced an unimaginable of $1.499 million and won a total of 8 Oscars. Walt Disney only became more successful from then on and out. With all of the movies Walt Disney was producing, he opened up a theme park called Disneyland. On the website Theme Park Tourist, it said that Walt Disney had $17 million in Disneyland, and it opened on July 17, 1955, in Anaheim, California, with actor and future U.S. President Ronald Reagan presiding over the activities. Opening day was exciting for Walt and the visitors, but there was a lot of mishaps, including thousands of counterfeit invitations. Although with these mishaps, people still viewed Disneyland, where children and their families could live out their lives and their fairy tale dreams, enjoy rides, and meet Disney characters. In a very short time, Disneyland had increased its investment by 10 times as much. Disneyland was entertaining tourists from all around the world. Within a few years of the opening, Disney began plans for a new theme park and an experimental prototype community of Tomorrow in Florida. It was still under construction when in 1966, Walt Disney was diagnosed with lung cancer. When Walter Ellis Disney passed away on December 15, 1966, at the age of 65. After his brother's death, Roy carried on the plans to finish the theme park in Florida. Roy's handling of the financials for Disney World was very impressive. Roy convinced the county and the state of Florida to let him create a special district so that Disney World and Walt's prototype community of Tomorrow could be made. All the district had to submit was the property taxes and elevator inspections. This was a huge opportunity for Walt Disney Company, giving them enough power to do what they wanted with Disney World. Roy made the decision to change the name to Disney World, Walt Disney World, after his brother, instead of it being just Disney World. Roy died on December 20th, 1971, less than 3 months after Walt Disney World opened to the public. Roy lived just long enough to finish his last but most important mission in regards to the Disney legacy. He was later honored with a statue of him sitting with Minnie Mouse on a bench in Town Square of Main Street, USA. It's very sweet to know that Roy Disney, though not as famous as his brother, received his tribute from those who keep Walt Disney Company going and continue moving forward. Walter Disney went from his humble home in Hermosa, Illinois, to creating one of the richest empires in the world, topping off at $74 billion. When you have the courage to pursue your dreams, great things can happen. You just have to set your mind to it. As Walt Disney said, the way to get started is to quit talking and begin doing.